Hey you guys, Tomboy601, and today it's Patch Notes Day, baby. And well, there are many things to talk about in this Patch Notes. I'm going to say Patch Notes a little light on the content, but the balance changes. There are many, and they are some big ones. So look forward to talking about those. So with all that said, let's dive on in. First things first, of course, this is the November update, which means Black Friday, the Black Fleet. This year, here's the teaser image. I know I see a boat with 8 guns, and I'm like, oh my goodness, they're actually doing it. Jean Bart, no, that's Dunkirk. So from what I can tell, Dunkirk, Tirpitz, and a mystery third Japanese destroyer will be our Black Fleet this year, though we'll get more confirmation on that coming soon. Additionally, we do have another gameplay calendar. Of course, if you participated in this last update to get the new Battlecruiser Commander, they're doing a similar event this time, though, for anime guises. I don't really understand what these are or who they are, but if you like yourself some anime guises, here and now, you can go ahead and go and earn them. Campaign ship this time around is going to be the Hyzen. You may remember the Hyzen from that limited test that they did. She will be receiving several buffs during this time, which, hey, that's exactly what we need, because Hyzen was, I think, a bit underwhelming. Other new content coming to the game, this update, fleet battles have finally arrived. You can compete against other fleets in 5-player divisions each Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday during the new update. There'll be a dedicated article coming out soon, but the more important changes to fleets is an overhaul of the fleet enhancement system. Port of Steel now has an additional 4th and 5th upgrade levels, while all other enhancement levels have an additional 5th level. The upgrade costs have been altered as well, and you will see a new daily wins for oil counter. Oil acquisition has slightly changed. You'll now receive 15 instead of 10 oil for each daily win, but you'll only receive 10 instead of 20 oil for each obtained crate. Meanwhile, training rooms can now be password protected, meaning that you can be specific about who you want in those rooms. Sweet. Other content coming to the game, well, British battleships, battle cruisers here in full access. They have definitely been my highlight this past update. I look forward to being able to play Duncan, that beautiful Quasimodo of a boat. I can't wait to enjoy it. Also, Brawl will be coming back, 3 seasons of it, including a season of no torpedo destroyers. So rock on. That will be a laugh, as it always is. Additionally, for mobile, there are some brand new exclusive things. For upgrading from the slim to full version of the client, mobile users will get 2 exclusive ships. So if you have an Android, and I think it may be time to download just to get those full exclusive ships, it's going to be the American Tier 2 Premium Cruiser Charleston M, which has a unique camo design, and the German Tier 3 Premium Battleship Vondertan will also be exclusively available to mobile users who upgrade to the full version of the client. Looks like I'm going to have to use a work device to log in and upgrade and then factory reset and pretend it never happened just so I can get some new ships. Anyway, let's talk about the one other new ship for the update. Zhao will be coming with its 20 fast long-range torpedoes, high rate of fire, and lots of damage. The legendary cruiser will be available via a bureau project that you have to buy in the store, coming December 1st. So be on the lookout for that. And guys, that's all of the patch notes, but we still have some big updates because, well, we now head into the Ministry of Balance, because there are a ton of new upgrades and updates and balance changes. So with all of that said, let's just dive on in. First up, let's talk legendary tier. Lots of changes here. Schlieffen getting a nerf. Main battery and secondary batteries all receiving increased reload times, i.e., like main battery going from 30 seconds to 32 seconds. So a general nerf all around in Schlieffen's damage output. After that, we come to Stalingrad, which is, Stalin Chad will probably become the recommended name for this vessel, as it's receiving its HE and its AP is getting a buff. Oh, and its rear firing angle on that turret is getting a buff. So to be clear, better firing angles, more damaging AP, and it will be receiving HE shells. So pretty strong. Alaska also getting several buffs, including a buff to its firing range, a buff to its reload time, a boost to its HP, bringing it up to over 60,000. Sonar overall just being buffed out to 4.9 kilometers. So just overall, really getting some love. And finally, there's one more vessel getting some changes. Shimakaze getting the nerf hammer, basically detectability nerf. Detectability range by sea going up to 6.9 kilometers by default, by air 3.5 kilometers, and while firing in smoke up to 2.6. That's legendary tier. Let's talk about some of the other ships that you will face at legendary tier, the tier 8 vessels. Heisen, just buffs. Just buffs. Main battery reload time down to 33.5 seconds. Main battery range boosted to 17.38 kilometers. Main battery shell grouping increased from 1.8 to 1.85 sigma. Vessel speed up to 29 knots. Detectability is going down to 15.5 kilometers. So overall, some very, very powerful changes. Prince Ruprecht getting a secondary nerf. Just the gun reload time going up by about half a second for both kinds of secondary batteries. St. Louis getting a buff, main battery reload time going down to 10 seconds, and upgrade main battery reload time going down to 8.5 seconds. I don't know if this is going to still do anything to kind of differentiate it from Charles Martel, but we will have to just wait and see. Neptune getting a buff, as it is a very weird vessel to go between Edinburgh and Minotaur. Reload time is going down to 4.5 seconds. Detectability is going down to 12 kilometers. So nice little boost there. Sumner, the most powerful vessel at tier 8, arguably just as powerful as a Gearing. At a tier lower, well, that couldn't stand. So main battery reload time is being increased by half a second. Main battery torpedo range is being reduced from 16.5 to 12 kilometers. Detectability range of it is going up to 7.12 kilometers. Lots of like little incremental changes. We're not getting like 7.5 kilometers. No, we're getting 7.12, which is interesting. Kitakaze receiving a buff, main battery reload time going up to going down to 2.8 seconds, and main battery HE shell penetration going from 20 to 30 millimeters. Kitakaze could get pretty spicy. Then down to tier 7. First off, Hampshire, while not being released in this update, it will be receiving a nerf. Its spotter consumable has been removed. In addition, its main battery reload time has been increased by over a second. Monarch getting some big changes. Monarch is getting her B-hull applied, which comes with a series of improvements to her HP, anti-aircraft weaponry, rudder shift time, as well as her fire resistance. Ship HP is going up to 60,500. Rudder shift time is going down to 15 seconds. Fire resistant multiplier is being improved from 0.6667 to 0.6337, which is going from a normal tier 7 to one that has a better prevention of fire multiplier, is the way best to think about it. Other boats getting some changes. Kansas getting a nerf. AP shell damage is going down to 11,500, and reload time is being increased to 35 seconds. Shaw Martel, main battery reload time is going down to 9.5 seconds. So while St. Louis is getting a buff, Charles Martel is also getting a buff, so it kind of feels weird that we are buffing both of them if we're trying to. Anyways, that's a rant for another time. San Diego, you may remember this boat, and it's getting some significant changes. Ship HP is going up to 33,500. Main battery reload time is going up to 16 seconds. SAP damage on the vessel is going from 1800 to 2300, a big boost in damage output. And then its main battery reload time is going up by half a second to compensate for all of those changes. So not too bad. Mogami getting some changes. Main battery HE shell damage going up to 3400 and main battery reload time being reduced to 14 seconds. Riga getting some changes. Shell grouping is being improved. Main battery dispersion is being improved. Main battery reload time is being reduced. So overall, just making it a stronger package. Then we have a weird change. Secondary battery modification 3 will now be available for cruisers. So get hyped for those of you who've ever wanted to do a secondary build for your cruisers. It will now be available. And then finally, what I think is the most exciting bit of the patch notes. Historical camouflages can now be obtained and exchanged for paint. And here is the list of boats that we will now have historical camouflages for. At Tier 4, Koenig, Königsberg T22. Cool. Tier 5, Normandy, La Gassinière, Gioprod, Bayern, Mackensen, Nuremberg, Gaide, Trento, Averi, Hatsuharu, Ismael, Boudione, Geneve, Devonshire, Dallas, Ramat, and Renown. At Tier 6, Lyon, Algiers, Vaquin, Gneisenau, Prince Heinrich, York, Moss, Zara, Luca Tarigio, Shiratsuru, Sinop, Shores, Minsk, Fiji, Surrey, Helena, Chumphon, and Rook. At Tier 7, Le Fantasque, Zeton, Amalfi, Vittorio Cubanarte, Akizuki, Harbin, Vladivostok, Chapayev, Tashkent, Albemarle, Cleveland, Hawk, Graf Zeppelin, Kaga, Saipan. Then at Tier 8, Prince Rupert, Lepanto, Brindisi, Adriatico, Kitakaze, Sejong, Chungmu, Smallend, Petropavlovsk, Nuistrashemi, Drake, Minnesota, Seattle, Duncan, and then at Legendary Tier, Conqueror, Bourgogne, Colbert, Kleber, Grossekenfest, Schlieffen, Napoli, Haikiryu, Yamato, Yoshino, Shimakaze, Zhao, Holland, Stalingrad, Henry IV, Christopher Colombo, Minotaur, Daring, Midway, Montana, Worcester, Des Moines, Alaska, and Gearing. Yeah, historical camouflages are finally here, and I am so pumped just to melt down pretty much all of my camos just to put the historical ones on. And guys, that is all of the patch notes. Let me know what you think down below. Like I said, I think we're a little light on content, but that makes sense as, you know, it's British battle cruisers coming in, so people will finally be able to research them for free. But beyond that, lots of camos to grind. Anyways, if you liked the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. See ya.